Hi everyone. We have Abhirup today. So Abhirup is currently studying at IIIT Hyderabad. Hi Abhirup.
Hi, this is
How are
like a
you?
really nice experience for me. I mean, I'm a big fan.
Thank you so much, Abhirup. Thank you so much. So by the way, Abhirup has seen many of our courses, and Abhirup, I think you also appeared in the test series, right?
Yeah, I
Abhirup.
did. Yeah,
Okay.
Go Classes
Okay.
Test Series. Yeah,
Great.
and also I
So
covered most of the stuff you guys have on YouTube, like
okay.
especially from maths and all the other subjects as well.
So how was it?
Like when I came across Go Class, I was like, oh my God, like why didn't I start this sooner? So nobody had told. I think one person had told me about Go Classes in July, and I was like, and but the thing they have said, like it's like too lengthy, like you might as well do unacademy stuff. But when I started doing this, I'm like, this is how subjects should be taught. Like, so when I was doing the subjects through unacademy, I had so many doubts because, like, I mean, they cover a lot of stuff, but like I couldn't get to the like nitty gritty of it, like the so you guys covered it, like, and you guys go through in so much detail, and it makes the problem like crystal clear. So that, I
Thank you
think,
so
for
much,
me
Abhirup.
was the game changer.
Thank you so much. So, everyone, let me just introduce the topic of today's discussion. So, today we are going to talk about IIIT Hyderabad. How is the exam going to be, and like what is the fee structure? How is the placement? So, whatever about IIIT Hyderabad we can get from Abhirup. I think Abhirup is the best person as he is currently studying there, and he has first hand experience. He has prepared for IIIT Hyderabad M.Tech examination, entrance examination, which is by the way PGEE. So the examination name is PGEE. He has appeared for it. He has cracked it, and he is currently at IIIT Hyderabad. I think he's in first year, right, Abhirup?
Yeah, PG1.
Okay, PG1. Okay, great. So let's get started. So let's just start with very first motivation that I mean, what motivated you towards IIIT Hyderabad or PGEE?
So the thing is, I was basically stuck at a dead end job. So my background is in civil engineering. Okay.
Oh
So I
wow,
passed out of
interesting.
yeah, yeah. So I passed out of civil engineering in like 2019, and then I got a basic TRMS job. I don't know if you know what that. I'm sure you know because you worked in Amazon, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
so it's like a pretty dead end job, and I'm sure the job won't even exist in 5 years because of AI and stuff. So yeah, so it was kind of meaningless, and I was like trying to learn machine learning and data science on my own. But you know how it is, like every uh, opportunity, like I wanted to get into a company, any kind of company that employs machine learning or AI or whatever. But the thing is, they want experience. So how can you have experience without actually working? So it's like like negative feedback loop. So I was like, anyway, I was trying some few projects, the standard stuff, but I was getting nowhere. And then, like much later, I think in 2023, I got to know that even if you're not from a CS background, you can sit for GATE. So I was like, why didn't I know this before? I would have saved like 3 years of my life.
Oh my
But
God.
finally, thankfully, I immediately started studying. Like I made a plan and everything in May. This was like the year before I started for GATE. So I started my plan in May, and then I had to take a decision. Like, what is my goal? So I was prepared to give up everything. Like my job, everything. So I was going to go all in, but my plan was like first year, since this is all new for me, like all the subjects are new for me. So let's just try. एक बार दे देते हैं and फिर देखते हैं, like if it's decent, if I rank like within 1,000, then I'll try another time or something like that. That was in my mind. So I started studying in back in July, and like obviously back then my goal, as is everyone's goal, is like to get into an IIT. So I didn't even know about triple IT back then. And so my goal, in fact, my goal was IISc, which is even higher. So because of the thing, like many of the IITs like have this thing that if you don't have background in CS, or like if your CGPA is below a certain threshold, you can't enter into the M.Tech CS role. So I was like, okay, fine. IISc has no such restriction, so maybe I'll try for that. Fully knowing that IISc like takes in only like 200 or maybe up till rank 150, 200. That's it, and it will be like insanely difficult to get a rank the first time around. So I knew all that, but still I wanted to try. So I started studying the subjects. I read a few books. Like I already had Corman for DSA, Sipser for theory of computation. So I figured like if I go through the books and then practice questions, gate PYQs and stuff, I'd be in a good position. But I soon realized that it would be like damn near impossible to cover all the books within like, I don't know, 7, 8 months. It's like the books are amazing, but you need a lot of time for that. Like especially if you're from B.Tech, you have 4 years for studying. So I had like what 10 months or yeah, 10 months. That wasn't enough time. So I started like an academy and stuff, which was decent. And like I didn't come across Go classes till November, and by then it was already too late, because when I looked at the syllabus, like I think the most daunting thing was discrete math. And I saw like it's something like 200 hours. I was like wahi nahi hoga ye. But I'm telling you, like when I signed up for the test series and by then I was solving gate PYQs pretty well. Like I had no problem solving gate PYQs, because I felt like, I don't know why people struggle so much, this is not that tough. That was and then I went to get Go classes test series, and I was like, what the hell is this? एक भी problem नहीं बन रहा है. But
Okay,
it's not that bad, but like it was horrible.
got it.
Like first few tests was so bad, especially the subject wise tests, like which go into like a lot of depth in a particular topic.
That is the
Uh,
intention of the test, yes.
yeah, and I was like, I don't even know how to like approach this problem, let alone like solve it. So then I started looking at gate overflow solutions, what people have discussed, and then obviously like I started getting my hand on any Go classes videos that I could. So I found lots of videos, especially the discrete math. The entire thing was there. DBMS so much by Deepak sir. Boolean digital logic so much again by Deepak sir. Then I got into your playlist, BFS, DFS, graph algorithms. All of that was there. So and especially OS, there was like your video on that multi-level paging. I mean, it was it changed everything for me, because as you mentioned, even in your video, you mentioned that many people teach this wrong, like incorrectly. So I realized that also like completely knew it wrong, like what it means for like multi-level, like what does that level actually mean? How are the chunks distributed and stuff like that? So it cleared a lot of things up, and I started improving my score slowly. It wasn't like I was getting what first test I got something like 50, and then 52, 55 in one I got 60, things like that. So I wasn't like my hope. I don't know, like to be honest, by the time it was like December or January, I thought maybe this time it's not gonna happen for me, Geet. So, but still, I wanted to try, and I knew that like maybe Go classes questions are pretty tough, but like I could solve like a lot of gate questions. So maybe even if I get like 55, 57 average on Go classes test, it'll be something like I don't know 61, 62, or maybe 63 if I'm lucky in gate. And I know that's not an amazing score, but that'll give me some like good college. So that, and even by then, even in January, I had no idea of triple ID or anything like that. So anyway, uh, so come exam day, so I was like, and the thing is, I was so nervous on that day. Like this was the first exam, obviously, in a long time. So I hadn't even, matlab, you can't really count mock tests as exams. I don't know, at least I couldn't, because even if you sit for mock tests, it's in your own home. You are setting the time. You're like chilling on your chair. It's not the same. When you go to an exam test center, like everything changes. Like you start sweating. I don't know. It's very different. So I would recommend to everyone, if I could, like if you can go and sit for like some mock tests, like actual live tests, not sitting at your home, where you can see other people, you can understand the level of competition. It's a game changer. Like sitting at your home for tests is like okay, but like it's not the same experience. So anyway, I froze up completely. I don't know why I. It was just so. It doesn't matter how much you've prepared or something. If your mind doesn't work on that day, it's just you're gone. Like everything depends on your mental state that day. So no matter how like how you've prepared for it, it doesn't really matter unless you can like use that on that day. So I messed up my exam. And it was horrible. Like I think I got the lowest score that I've ever gotten in any of the mock tests, even in Go test series, Gate Overflow test series, everything. Like I got the lowest score ever. I got something like 54, 55, which was just like um. So after that, I was like, obviously, if you prepared for like 10 months for something, and if you like almost believed that, yeah, I'm gonna get it, and then it doesn't happen, you know, it doesn't happen. So you get like super depressed. And I was like insanely depressed for like a week, 10 days. And then I was like, or kya bacha hai? Fine, next year we'll try again. Next year it'll
Okay.
be better because I know exactly what to cover, exactly what to do and what not to do. I'll start early. 1 year is enough time. I can do it. So that's the mentality I had, and I was like going to do it. I had already quit my job by then. Like I quit my job in November or December, November, because it was impossible to like do the job and study at the same time. So after that, uh, so some of my friends told me that have you looked into other colleges? Like what? Like I think the only college I knew of since I'm from Kolkata was ISI. So I was like, yeah, I know, but I don't want to go back to like Kolkata again. I want to go like I don't know some other place. I don't want to go back home and like themes. I just didn't want to do that, and primarily because I was like depressed. I wasn't thinking clearly. So my friends told me that like just try other colleges. There are some like there is IIIT, there are like 3 or 4 IIITs, and then there is ISI, which are almost at the same level of IITs. I'm like, okay, fine, let me just check. So obviously everybody registers for that thing. What do you call it, the IIT, like if you get a rank in gate, you have that portal to go into to register. Like so they asked me, just I know you've made up your mind that you'll sit for it next year, but just do it anyway. So I was like, fine, ठीक है, कर रहा हूँ मैं, तो वो किया. And also triple IT. So yeah, this was the thing. Triple IT bang I checked triple IT Bangalore's criteria. So it clearly mentioned that you need to have a background in CS in your B.Tech, otherwise we can't admit you. So I was like, okay, ये तो गया नहीं होगा. So wait, next time I'll try. And I was just so that's exact. Oh, I started preparing for ISI. So ISI is a completely different kind of an exam. ISI is it's heavily based in like proofs and more subjective stuff. It's not like MCQ or MSQ at all. So it's a completely different format of exam, and I think it's a lot tougher than GATE or any other exam.
True. Right.
And also, even if you do well, it doesn't mean that you've gotten in. It just means that you've been selected for interviews. The interviews are with like 6 or 7 ISI professors, which are like which is even tougher. So anyway, so I started preparing in general for like next year GATE and also ISI at the same time. Then yeah, so my friend once again told me that have you checked IIIT Hyderabad's criteria? I was like, yeah, I checked IIIT criteria. It says that like you have to have a B.Tech in CS. So I was like, no, every IIIT has different set of rules for like admission. I was like, okay, fine, I'll check it. And it was like I think the last or the second last day of the form, and I saw that IIIT Hyderabad has no such rule. I was like, shit, man, I would have almost missed it. So I registered for that, and so PGEE exam for IIIT Hyderabad, and then I just started looking at what IIIT Hyderabad is and what kind of college is this, like what are the opportunities, and obviously as everybody looks, what is the median salary package, whatever, when you pass out of it. So I started looking into it and I saw that like it's amazing. Like it's in fact comparable to the top IITs, like top maybe IICs like if you only consider like salary, IIC and IIT Mumbai may be like slightly better, but other than that, it's almost the same. Top IITs, and I looked at the research. They do amazing research in so many areas. I was like, okay, this is a good college. And I looked at the college and saw a few of the videos on campus, and I saw this is pretty nice. I can try. So I started preparing for PGEE. So like PGEE's main thing, which I had heard at that time, that they put a lot of emphasis on the aptitude part. So I was like, I'm not bad at aptitude. Like GATE aptitude, like I could solve in like 10 minutes, the whole 15 minutes, 15 mark section. So like it's not that hard. Then I looked at some of the questions in PGEE, like expected questions, especially number theory. So as it turns out, I'm horrible at number theory, and number theory is tough.
So, Abhirup,
So
yeah,
I
I will actually, sorry to interrupt you. I will I will break down the other questions. So, I will come to that part that you are explaining as a question. So, let's just go step by step. So, thank you for sharing your experience and how you came to know about IIIT Hyderabad.
sure.
So, it's really amazing. Okay. So, the next one is that about the exam pattern. So, basically, IIIT Hyderabad, the M.Tech entrance exam is, by the way, called PGEE, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, there are total 100 questions. You can correct me.
Usually
Okay,
100
usually.
questions. Sometimes there might be 90 questions. It's up to them.
Okay, okay. So pattern actually they only reveal the syllabus, but they don't reveal any pattern like
Yeah,
number of
yeah.
questions
They
or
they
like
don't.
that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, okay.
So like some of the subjects which I remember are not there, like COA is not there, and
Yes.
one other subject I forgot the name is not there.
So let me just share my screen just to let others see. So you are on mobile, don't worry. Let me just just for 2 minutes, let me just share my screen
Sure,
to
sure.
show that what is the pattern that they are having in Tripartite Hyderabad. So I just googled out Tripartite Hyderabad PG no, PGEE. Okay, not this is not PGEE. This is PGEE. Okay, postgraduate entrance examination. Okay, great. So this is PGEE Tripartite Hyderabad PGEE examination. And now if I switch to the next tab, which is the first link here. So if you just go to the first link and then you will be able to see, I think, the syllabus and everything. Okay, so first link or the second link. So let me just write syllabus. Yeah, so this is the link. So basically here in the syllabus they have just mentioned that there will be 90 minutes for the aptitude and there will be 90 minutes for the technical part. And there will be negative marking. So this time they have mentioned that there will be negative marking. Okay, for wrong answers in both the papers. In both the papers, there will be negative marking, and the examination is for computer science, definitely for EC and for civil. For all of these branches, engineering mathematics is common, which is like matrices, rank, determinant, and these things, eigenvalue, eigenvector, and then calculus is also there. Integration, differentiation, limit, continuity, differentiability, convergence, divergence of series, maximum, minimum, mean value theorem, partial derivative. I think almost all is there in the gate syllabus, but yeah, some of the topics are not there in the gate syllabus in the calculus. Okay, we will come to that part. And for computer science, there are like subjects which is digital logic, C programming, data structures like that. But subjects like TOC, computer architecture is not there as we can see, and I think computer architecture is not there, TOC is not there, and also. In DBMS, complete DBMS is not there. I think only functional dependencies and SQL is there. So yeah, syllabus is less compared to GATE, which is definitely less. So syllabus is consisting engineering mathematics plus these subjects, and then aptitude is there. So there will be basically two papers. Is this right, Abrup? So there will be two
Yeah,
papers,
yeah.
or there will be just one paper
Two
consisting
sections.
all. Okay, two sections. Okay, so generally there are two sections. Got it. So
Hmm.
total 180 minutes, right?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. Let me stop the recording. Sorry, let me stop the share, not the recording. Okay, so there will be
yeah.
180 minutes and 90 minutes for the aptitude and 90 minutes for the technical section. Great.
Yep.
So the pattern is same, just like GATE, which is like MCQ and NAT. Are there MSQ also, which are like multiple select questions?
Yeah, yeah. There are MSQs.
There are MSQ also. Okay. So
Yeah,
MSQ, MCQ, and NAT. So pattern is just
yeah,
like it.
yeah. Exactly like it.
Okay, okay. And negative marking, as they mentioned, I think, okay, 25%, which means 1 by 4. In GATE, it is 1 by
Yeah,
3. Here, it is 1 by 4. Okay, okay, got it. So, MCQ, NAT, and MSQ will be there. 1 by 4 is the negative marking. Now, 90, is there anything like that we should be focusing more on the aptitude or like the aptitude weightage? Is the weightage kind of thing that,
no,
okay,
no, no.
okay,
So somebody told us when we were when I was preparing that if you don't do well in aptitude, then you won't get selected. Like I don't think that's true. Actually, nobody knows how they actually select. So
uh,
whether it's like equal weightage, or whether it's
okay.
a non-uniform weightage, or if there is a threshold that if you score below a certain aptitude, even if you do really well in technical, it doesn't matter. So nobody really knows this.
Okay,
And
so my question, yeah. So yeah, actually my question is that do they release different cutoff, like for aptitude this is the cutoff, for technical this is a cutoff, or they release just one cutoff?
No, no, no. They release one single cutoff.
Okay. Okay. And every question is of 1 mark. So there are like how many questions there will be? Okay, that is also not mentioned. But as you said, like there either 90 or 100 questions will be there.
90 or 100. Yeah,
Okay. So
90 or
generally
100.
every question is of 1 mark.
Yeah, 1 mark. Yeah,
Okay.
every question 1 mark.
Okay. Got it. So and they release combined cutoff. They don't release individual cutoffs
Yeah,
also.
at least
Okay.
in our time, they released like a single score, like shortlisted candidates. Above
Okay.
this are shortlisted, basically.
And then are there interviews once they release cutoff and once they finalize and then
Uh,
or they directly take through the entrance examination?
so for M.Tech, there is no interview. If you clear the cutoff, then you're in. That's it. And obviously, like the total seating in CS and CSIS right now is around 110, 115, something like that. 100 for CS and 1520 for CSIS, which is information security. So aside from that, like yeah, no, there's no other
Okay.
interview. But there is interview for like MS by research and PG people who
So,
want it.
by the way, how many seats for M.Tech you mentioned?
M.Tech CS, our time it was 100, and
100.
M.Tech CSIS it's another 20 or 25 seats.
Okay. So in total there are like 125 or something like that, right? Seats.
Yeah. So what happens usually the cutoff for CS is higher and the cutoff for CSIS is a bit lower than that. So it fills up as like CS first fills up and then CSIS.
So
So
is there any concrete difference in terms of the placement or like there is difference between CSIS or CS?
so I don't think so. So basically, any company that comes here, like they don't make distinction whether you're from UG, PG, or any other stream. They just recruit. It's the same interview, it's the same online assessment, and the same interview for everyone. Obviously, some
So
companies might prefer CS people, and some may prefer CSIS, but that depends on the company.
got it. Actually,
Opportunities.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Abhirup, your finger is actually on the
Oh,
camera,
sorry, sorry, sorry.
camera lens. So yeah,
I,
that's fine. Sorry for that. Yeah, yeah. Please continue.
Yeah, so I am not really sure because it's such a fast changing landscape, like the jobs in CS and CSIS, that I don't think, like, even if I say something right now, it might change in like 1 year. So nobody really
Okay.
knows. Some people are saying that maybe right now, because of the LLMs, maybe CSIS has better scope. Some people are saying no, has better. So it's, I don't
Got
know.
it. So both are equal, like in
Yeah,
conclusion, we
yeah,
can say.
that's what I feel.
Got it. Okay. So coming to the examination pattern, so there are like 2 sections. Each section will be 90 minutes. So is this like 90 minutes will be allocated for one section or 180 minutes will be allocated for 2 sections?
Uh, I can't remember this part. I don't
Okay.
think like see what I can't remember is uh, whether you can go back to the aptitude part after finishing the aptitude part. I don't think you can go back to the aptitude
Yeah,
part.
because I also think so. Because otherwise they would have mentioned 180 minutes
Yeah, yeah,
for the examination.
that makes sense because as far as I remember, I don't think I could go back to the aptitude part once I finished it.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, 90 minute makes sense.
Right. So, like, is there any, so basically, we, first of all, we don't have choice to go, as I also remember from, previous interactions with other students also, those who have appeared for IIIT Hyderabad. I think we can't switch back and forth. So we have to attempt aptitude first
Yeah,
and then technical. So I also remember almost the same thing. Now my next question is that, so let's suppose we are attempting aptitude first. Now
yeah.
how many of those questions are from verbal aptitude? How many of those questions are like do you remember anything for quantitative or I mean
So
comprehension type?
yeah, yeah. I remember at least 3, 4 questions were from reading comprehension based questions.
Okay.
So and they had like, if I remember correctly, at least total 6 to 8 or maybe 10 marks. I'm not exactly sure, but a substantial amount. For,
Okay.
yeah, for reading comprehension. Reading comprehension was not very easy. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So
I think I remember now. Like so, there were 3 questions with 4 subparts, as far as I remember. So I think 12 marks in total
12
for reading
questions.
comprehension.
Right, right. So basically, those questions are, yeah, I also heard about it that the those reading comprehension questions will be in the group. So group of four. So basically, there are 12 questions from comprehension generally, because
Yeah.
they don't
So
reveal it.
yeah,
But yeah,
there are
in general, we can take it. Three
three
paragraphs,
paragraphs and four questions each,
four
if I
questions each.
remember
Got it.
correctly. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So generally, like, what is the level of those questions? Do you remember? Like, what are the tough, easy,
So reading comprehension questions are exactly like GRE or GMAT level questions, or slightly easier than that.
easier? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So, what do you recommend, like how to prepare for the aptitude? Because aptitude is significant portion here. So, how to
Yeah, yeah,
prepare
yeah.
for that aptitude part?
So, for my preparation, everybody told us that the aptitude part will be really tough. It's got a lot of number theory stuff, and like so basically the math people use for CAT, it's got a lot of number theory stuff, and then like things that you have to compute fast. So for my preparation, I use that CAT book, and
Hmm.
also I went into like number theory basics and congruence modulo and stuff like that. But unfortunately or fortunately, in our time, like the aptitude section was pretty straightforward and it wasn't that difficult, except for maybe like 3 4 questions. It wasn't that tough. The
Got it.
reading comprehension, I didn't think it was that tough. Maybe it just takes a little while to read the paragraph, but it's worth it because there
Right.
are 4 questions coming from it. So think of it not like one question, but that's 4 marks. So I think that's the part where some people failed, and some people were really good at it. So I think like if you practice reading comprehensions, and also obviously basic math, like some number theory stuff and basic aptitude problem solving, that's it. So
Got
I used to do it from that website. I can't remember the name,
it. India
indiabix.com.
Bix.
And also the main thing that helped, I think I was doing it every day. Like some cat questions I was doing every day, and cat
Got
questions
it.
are not easy. They're quite tough. So
Got it.
especially number theory and stuff. Number theory itself is a very complicated topic.
Right, right. So,
So
by the
yeah.
way, this time we will also release test series, which will be consisting, many tests. So it will be just based on Triple Hyderabad pattern. And yes, as I
Sure.
also, ask you to help there. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah,
No problem.
so yeah, so basically, I just like to mention this to everyone that Abhirup will also be helping Go classes to design test series because he has first hand experience, and I and Deepak will also be doing it. By the way, announcement will be there, so in that announcement we will mention all the details. Okay,
Okay.
so Abhirup, by the way, you are currently in campus, right?
Yeah, yeah. I am on campus.
Okay, so the behind you is department or which building it is?
So this building is called T Hub. So
Okay.
this is a very interesting building actually. I think this is one of the most interesting buildings on campus because it has like a lot of different companies and startups work here. So our college is like really famous for startups. So any startup that you want, like you can build. So these people funded, some of them like are fully funded, some are like partially funded, and they basically work here. It's not just startups, they have like
Right.
offices and for research and well and everything. So it's more like a research oriented building. Research, there are like machine learning labs and stuff like that.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Coming back to PGEE. So there will be, we have discussed the exam pattern. We have discussed that, okay, aptitude section will be separate, technical will be separate. So for the aptitude part, you mentioned that since we just need to spend, I mean, we just need to, we just have around half 1.5 minute to 2 minutes for each question. So it will not be that tough. So I'm assuming.
No,
So it will not be that tough aptitude part also. So what about
no.
the difficulty level of technical questions?
Yeah, so that's where I was coming to. I really thought that after gate and also preparation, I'd be like because everybody told us the same thing, that technical part is not that tough. Like technical part is like usually pretty easy. But honestly, last year technical part, I would argue that it was at least as competitive as gate, or maybe even tougher. At least
Okay, okay.
in some of the questions, it was definitely tougher than gate.
Yes, yes. Actually, in Gate also, I mean, Gate also doesn't have a fixed, line. So
Yeah,
sometimes the questions in Gate also very tough. Sometimes they're very easy. But yeah,
true,
they're
true.
like
I agree.
Yes. So I,
Okay,
I I got a point.
to put it better into context, I think some of the questions, maybe like a few of the questions were like 2006 gate, and most of the questions are like average questions,
Okay.
gate
Okay.
questions, but like average questions, and some of them were like year 2006 gate questions.
Got it, got it. Okay. So basically, some questions are pretty hard. I mean, it is also the personal experience. For some people, let's suppose if if that particular subject is very good, then maybe that particular person can attempt it easily. But yeah, I got
Yeah,
a
yeah,
point that some questions are but that's a very rare questions. So most of the questions are basically typical gate 1 mark type question, right?
yeah, absolutely. And some of them are like the MSQ questions. You have to think a little more, but I think
Right.
it balances out in the end.
Got it. Okay, okay. So, suppose if there is some aspirant who has, already prepared for GATE and now he or she wants to prepare for PGEE. So, in that
Yeah.
case, there are like few extra topics in the calculus, I think, right? Apart
Yeah,
from,
yeah, yeah. There are.
yeah.
Yeah. So calculus in general, it's like gate doesn't really ask a lot of questions from calculus. Maybe like once in a while they'll ask one or two questions. That's it. So most of us like don't really prepare calculus. But here they'll be guaranteed to ask like at least 2 to 3 questions minimum, maybe more, from calculus, especially from like basic stuff. No, it's not very difficult. Like ordinary differential equation, what's the integrating factor for this? Boundary value problems, things like that.
Got it. Okay. So in that case, if some topics are which are really out of out of the GATE syllabus. So do you recommend spending 3 4 days just because to cover 2 3 marks?
Um, like if you have to, like I think the calculus we learned in class 11 and 12 will be more than sufficient. Like
Okay.
they don't ask anything, like every at least whatever question I saw was from calculus. I already covered it in class 11 and 12. I didn't remember a lot, but like whatever I remembered, I could answer like two out of three questions from that. And a
Got
lot of it, as you know, it's a lot of it is based on common sense, and by reading the questions and seeing the options, you can like sort of eliminate some of them. So I use that.
got it. Got it. Okay. So basically, it depends on the person whether the person is more comfortable with the 11th 12th class calculus. Then maybe he or she can revise. Otherwise, I will also recommend that not to spend 3 days just to secure 3 marks.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not.
Okay, okay, got it. So I think we have covered most of the things that I wanted to ask, and now related to the examination. Now coming to Tripartite Hyderabad, fees structure, Tripartite Hyderabad, the placement and all. So would you like to put some points there?
Yeah, so the tuition fees is 2 lakh per semester, and the hostel and the mess fees are another 42,000. Uh,
Okay,
so it comes to roughly 2.5 lakhs per
got it.
semester. And
So
like obviously, like as you, this is not a small amount of money. So it's quite substantial, especially when you consider that IITs basically have negligible fees. So I also thought about the same thing. Like, is it worth spending like almost close to 10 lakhs on a master's degree when like maybe I can spend 1 year, like sit for gate again. So these were the thoughts going through my head, like as will go through everyone's head, because 10 lakhs, coming up with 10 lakhs for first semesters is not a small feat. It's a lot of money. And especially when back then I didn't know what the college was, like how the college was and stuff. So going with the information I have now, I would go back in my past and be like, yeah, 100% go for it.
got it. So do Tripartite Hyderabad the students easily get loan from banks for education?
Uh, Loans, yeah, I think so. Like at least a lot of my classmates took out loans, education loans.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
don't think that would be a problem.
Got it.
And
Got it.
also there is this really nice system. Uh, so in case you can't pay the fees for some whatever reason, so we have this alumni system that they'll select a few students. I don't know what criteria it's based on, but basically it's a pay it forward system. So they'll pay your semester fees, and when you graduate, you'll
Wow.
pay someone else's semester fees.
Great. Okay. Okay. Nice. Got it. So this is about fees, and Placements are definitely very good, but still, I would like
Yeah,
to add some
yeah,
points.
yeah. So IIIT Hyderabad has amazing placements. I mean, things were a little bad in 2024, as was the case with every IIT or every college in India, because the recession and stuff. But this year we have seen like it's improved a lot. So most of the students, even now, by now, most of them have already been placed, and it's like what, February. So
Right.
within March, April, I think they'll all be placed. So usually the rate is around 99% or maybe 100%. So as far as I know, everyone from 2020 who passed out in 2024 have already been placed. Everybody
Got
who's passing out in 2025, out of them, only I think 15 or 16 people are remaining. Other than that, everyone's been placed. And the median salary, the average salary, it's comparable to like the most of the good IITs. So yeah, good
got
companies come here for recruiting. But the thing is, like you have to compete against the UG people over here, which is not easy
right, right.
because, I don't know if you know that this college has like only admits like into UG like people who clear IIT mains with a rank of under 1500.
Wow.
So
Okay.
every UG student here almost certainly has a rank of under 1500. And not to mention, they also take in lateral entries from like Olympiads and stuff. So the
Right.
UG community is like extremely strong in terms of like coding skills, knowledge, and everything.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think we have covered all the points in my in my list, whatever I had. So I have covered all the points. Is there anything that I missed and you would like to cover?
So I can only tell you the reasons why you should choose this college.
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
mean,
That is
yeah.
going to be very
So
insightful.
yeah.
Yeah.
So see, I am from Jadavpur University. So that is also like ranks within top 10, 15 in India. But like I'm like after coming here, I realized that like what it truly means to like be in the top tier. I mean, this nobody like a lot of people don't really know much about triple IT. So when unless you come here and experience it firsthand, you'll never know what it's like. And like it's insanely amazing. I mean, the coursework when you get here, the coursework will feel like super hectic because you're not used to this level of course loads and assignments and quizzes and midterms and everything. But you slowly get used to it. And the best part about this place is, in my opinion, like the healthy competition and the coding culture here. So, like for the
Hmm.
last 10 years, I think IIIT Hyderabad has been into ICPC finals, and they have won or participated in or made it to the final round of almost every coding contest here in India and the world. So they have a very, very strong coding culture. And I'm just like for people who clear the PGEE entrance, I would suggest like really, really brush up on your coding skills before coming here. Because if you don't, it's going to be really tough.
Got it. That is the later part once they get
That is
selected.
the, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
And I think everyone mostly people are from the same background generally, and from the BTech. And then once they get selected, they start working on the coding. So it might be the case for most of the people.
Yeah, there's no like you can like so for me I learned C++ because I only did C for gate and so I learned C++ in those 2 months like I think from May
Right,
end to June. Yeah.
right,
So
right.
C++
Got it.
after knowing C it's not that hard to learn, but the thing is after I came like after coming here and with all the assignments, so everybody expects that you're really good at not really good like quite decent at coding. So when you get these assignments and labs, which so we have labs here in the first semester, which are like completely coding labs, like 3.5 hours of basically it's a contest, code forces contest or
Mhm.
lead code contest. It's just
So
a
the
contest.
right. So
So
basically, the
yeah,
point is that once they get selected, actually, they eventually, if you're working hard, then eventually you will get adjusted to the environment. It's not that
yeah.
hard. You'll
So
get
the
adjusted.
best part is that you're forced to work hard. It's
Yes.
like even if you're a lazy person, which I was, you're forced to work hard, and it'll
Mm.
so like you'll get used to it very fast. Like when you see,
Right.
you'll want to do it. The best part is you'll want to work hard and you'll want to. So I spend most of my time in the library nowadays. If you had told me this like even 3 years ago, I wouldn't have believed it. But I want to study. So the environment
Right.
matters a lot, I think.
Got it. Got it. Thank you so much, Abhirup, for putting so many insights in this particular conversation. So thank you
Sure.
so much. And by the way, as you are roaming around, can you also give us a small tour of the campus? That what are these buildings?
Sure. This is our library, like Vindi
Okay,
A6. This is our amazing library, and
great.
and this is our acad block. I don't know if you can see it.
Wow.
It's really bright.
Yes, it is
So
looking really nice.
yeah, the entire building is the academic block. So it has like lecture halls and classes. Uh, so just hold on. Let me flip the screen.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
I don't know how to flip the screen. Damn it.
Uh,
Oh, I
over
found
the
it. Okay.
Zoom. Okay,
Yeah.
you got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, and this is the T Hub building that I told you about. So, this is primarily for research and company meetups and stuff like that. So, this is our canteen. It's
Okay.
one of the canteens. There are many. Uh, so, as we go on, this is like the football ground. These are like obviously the students.
Right.
Hold
The
on.
campus is really nice.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
So it's not a very big campus. I think it's around 60 acres, which is not huge, but it
Right.
feels so. The best part is like it feels very cozy and very like homey, like home-like.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
The
I have
vibes are very
see. I
positive.
have never felt this about any college. I was in JU, but like I didn't ever feel that connection with the college. So here I do.
Amazing, amazing. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was saying. So vibes are very positive, and I think there is a lot of greenery here.
Yeah, oh yeah. So this is like a bubble of greenery. So our college location is Gachibowli, which is like
Okay.
right beside the tech hub. So it's
Yes.
mostly like concrete structures and glass buildings, and our college is like a dash of green inside all of this. It's like completely green. And the best part is, so last 6 months, I would argue the weather was definitely better than Bangalore weather. Like it was amazing. Right now it's starting to get warm, but like from August till January, it was like the weather was so amazing. And it's primarily because of the greenery. Like even
Right.
when I entered college, like the temperature on the roads outside is at least 2 to 3 degrees higher than the college temperature.
Definitely,
So that's
definitely.
amazing.
Yeah, I can actually relate to it because that happened same in IISc. So when I entered into the campus at that time, I started feeling cold. Maybe
It,
you can say in November time, in November or December time, I started feeling cold. But outside the campus, it was not cold because it
yeah,
was cool
exactly.
because of because of that so many trees and all. Yes.
Yep,
So
100%. And it adds beauty to the campus as well.
definitely,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes. Okay, Abhirup. So thank you so much for such a nice tour and such a nice conversation. So I hope this is
Sure,
going to
sure.
be very helpful for all the aspirants. So we have covered,
I
by
hope
the way,
so.
yeah. So we have covered, I think, most of the points. If there is anything that if you want to ask, I'm just asking to the aspirants, those who are watching this video. So if there is anything that you want to ask and we have not covered by some chance, then you can just let us know in the comments, and maybe I will reply, or Abhirup might also reply directly if it is
Sure.
related to IIIT Hyderabad. So I will send this
Hmm.
video link to Abhirup, and he can also directly reply.
Sure,
Uh,
sure, sure. So, like,
yes.
when I was preparing for PGEE, I didn't have any context of IIIT. When you prepare for GATE, you kind of have a picture in your mind that, yeah, this is what IIT Kharagpur looks like, or IIT Kanpur looks like, or some IIT Mumbai looks like. These are the mess halls. These are the, like, this is how the college looks like, campus looks like in general. So, you kind of know what to expect and you are motivated to, achieve that. So
True.
when I started preparing for my PGW, I wasn't really aware or like what to expect. I didn't know. Like nobody told me like ऐसा ऐसा होगा, college ऐसा है, crowds ऐसा है. So I'm just telling everybody who's watching this who wants to sit for
Sorry,
PGW.
Abhirup, actually your
Sorry, sorry, sorry,
finger.
sorry, sorry, sorry,
No, no, no,
sorry.
sorry.
Who
Please
wants to
continue.
sit for PGW? Like it's an amazing college. Like you won't regret. Like I know it's a lot of. It's really expensive to come here. Per semester fees is huge, but I'm telling you, you won't regret it at all. Like it's so amazing. And I'm not just saying this because I'm part of this college. Like it truly is.
I also completely agree with this. Yes. Thank you, Abhirup,
So
for
yeah,
the motivation.
sure,
Thank you.
sure, sure.
Thank you so
Okay,
much. Bye.
bye bye.
Bye.